In 2015, Bethesda released Fallout 4, a single-player game set in the Fallout universe, while just 3 years later they released Fallout 76, a more multiplayer-focused game, and though these games look similar on the surface, what exactly changed over those 3 years? So guys, in celebration of the new Fallout series on Amazon, I thought it'd be a good time to do a direct comparison of Fallout 4 versus Fallout 76 to see how they stand up against one another when it comes to attention to detail. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it for you guys. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to Live from My Basement, where I make cool new videos like the one you're watching right now every single week. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future content. And if you feel like supporting the channel even further, check out my memberships. There's cool perks and things over there. But guys, let's dive into the video. Beginning with Fallout 4, one thing I noticed is whenever you're using weapons like the hunting rifle in Fallout 4, whenever you pull the bolt back, you actually see the casing fly out of the weapon, as it should. Whereas in Fallout 76, this is a small detail they seem to have forgotten, as every time you pull the bolt back on the hunting rifle, no casing comes out, though you do hear it hitting the ground, which is interesting. And speaking of weapons, another interesting detail I noticed in Fallout 4 is whenever you're shooting a weapon like this pistol, every time you shoot the weapon, you do see a pretty bright muzzle flash and a bit of smoke coming out the end of the barrel. While in Fallout 76, there doesn't seem to be much of a muzzle flash at all, and the smoke only comes out the end of the barrel every other shot or so. Moving on now to a cool detail in Fallout 76. As you can see here in 76, if you look off into the distance, you can actually see inclement weather and rain clouds in the distance, and what's really cool is if you travel there, it's actually raining when you get there. This neat detail isn't in Fallout 4, which makes it one of the very few aspects of Fallout 76's world that makes it feel a bit more alive and immersive. And speaking of the world, one difference I find interesting is that in Fallout 4, playing in Boston, the bombs landed a lot closer to where you're playing, so as you can see, the trees have no leaves, and the wasteland is a lot more barren, though beautiful in its own way. While where you're playing in Fallout 76, Appalachia was largely untouched by the atomic bomb, so you have these lush forests with lots of vibrant colors, though both games do look great in their own settings. Moving on now to the NPCs. In Fallout 4, a single-player game, if you shoot somebody in town, as you can expect, the people will react. The law will come after you, and everyone will try to take you out. While in Fallout 76, most of the named characters are invulnerable and will not react when you attack them, though there are no-name settlers that you can attack and will react as you can expect. Moving on now to the differences with the VATS system. In Fallout 4, as you remember, being able to stop time and choose where you want to shoot your targets is as awesome as ever, whereas in Fallout 76, a multiplayer-focused game, you can't just pause the game with everybody in your world, so instead, it just kind of lets you zoom in and choose the targets you want to shoot in real time. It's different, but it doesn't really feel like VATS. Moving on now to the explosives. In Fallout 4, the frag grenade has a completely different sound than it does in 76, but more notably, the mark that it leaves on the ground is largely inconsistent in Fallout 4, whereas in Fallout 76, it leaves the same mark almost every single time. But one thing I find more interesting is that in Fallout 4, when you use a plasma grenade, the plasma grenade, when it goes off, does not leave a mark on the ground at all. And in Fallout 76, not only is the explosion much larger than it is in Fallout 4, it does leave a mark on the ground, though it's the same as the frag grenade. And speaking of explosives, one cool detail in Fallout 4, whenever you use something like a Molotov cocktail that creates fire, the fire actually illuminates the darkness in the area around it. While in Fallout 76, this effect doesn't happen at all, though the explosion is far larger than it is in Fallout 4. Now moving on to the differences between how loot works. In Fallout 4, whenever you take someone out, you simply walk over and you loot them, no hassle at all. Whereas in Fallout 76, though it feels pretty much the same, whenever you take someone out, the body actually glows and practically screams out, "Hello, I have loot over here, don't forget this is a multiplayer game." It makes it feel a little less immersive than it does in Fallout 4, and I wish it wasn't there. Moving on now to a comparison of the water effects between the two games, and honestly, when it comes to player interaction, they look pretty much the same. They both look great when you're interacting with the water, but whenever you shoot the water, Fallout 4 does look a bit better. 76 has this weird cartoony splash effect that I wish wasn't there, but the real difference is whenever you throw an explosive in the water. In Fallout 4, as you can see when this explosive goes off, it has a big effect of the water flying up into the air, and though it doesn't really look that great, it's better than what we have in Fallout 76, where the grenade has no effect on the water at all. And while we're talking about explosions, one small detail I did notice is that in Fallout 4, whenever you blow up these cars, of course there's a huge atomic explosion, it looks awesome, but for the most part, the paint on the car has been burnt black. Whereas in Fallout 76, though the explosion looks pretty much the same, it looks awesome, there is a bit of the paint that still remains on the car. It's a small detail, but honestly, I just threw it in because I love watching these cars explode. Moving on now to another small detail I noticed. In Fallout 4, whenever you're wearing power armor and you fall from a high altitude, whenever you land on the ground, there's a huge thud that you can literally hear echoing throughout the world, really selling just how heavy this armor is. Whereas in Fallout 76, there's something similar. You still have a pretty good thud whenever your power armor hits the ground, though the echo isn't nearly as impressive as it is in Fallout 4. Moving on now to my final comparison in this video. In Fallout 4, your character is a voiced protagonist. Whenever you speak to other characters in the world, the camera pulls out. Not only can you see your character, but you can hear your character speak as well. This is something that is not in Fallout 76, but it doesn't make 76 worse. In my honest opinion, having your character voiced in Fallout 4 actually takes me out of the experience a little bit and makes it a little less immersive, because oftentimes whenever your character is speaking, he doesn't deliver the lines as I imagine he would in my head whenever I'm reading the dialogue, and his performance is a little bit off and actually takes me out of the experience. Whereas having a voiceless protagonist in Fallout 76, I can actually imagine my character is saying the things as I would, and it makes the game feel a bit more immersive than it does in Fallout 4, though it is missing a voice protagonist feature.
Until quite recently, it's been exceedingly peaceful.
Well guys, you made it to the end. Thank you for watching, and don't mind the wardrobe change. I'm actually filming this a bit later than I filmed my intro. It took a bit longer to make this video than I had planned, but that doesn't matter. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and really the main reason I wanted to make this video is because A, I love Fallout and I love talking about it, but B, it's because on a surface level, Fallout 4, a single player RPG from Bethesda, and Fallout 76, a more multiplayer focused MMO-esque-ish game, you know, on a surface level, they look very similar. So I thought it'd be a lot of fun to really break these two games down and see what exactly changed when it comes to attention to detail between 2015 and 2018. And guys, it was a lot of fun figuring that out while making this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it for you guys. And honestly, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like on it. It helps the video reach new fans, and as I always say, that's a pretty good thing. I also make new videos like the one you're watching right now every single week, so if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. But if you're watching all the way to the end of my videos, you're probably already subscribed anyway. So thanks for being here, and guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. That's all I have for this one, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.